I'm going to hit record. And then Sophia just popped on. Hi, Sophia. All right, guys. So for those of you that don't know me, welcome to this lovely Zoom chat. Those of you that don't know me, I'm Angela Pilasores. I, along with Diana, who is on the phone, she's one of those big phone icons there, have decided that we are going to basically run a monthly 30-day boot camp that you are in. And basically what we wanted to do, Diana's going to pop in and out of this this Zoom call right now with some tips and stuff like that. But what we wanted to do basically for the first day here is just kind of check in with you guys, see how you guys think the first 3 days are going, answer any questions that you guys may have, and just kind of check in with you guys, okay? But first, while I was prepping for this call, there's two things that I don't think that we put into the training that I really want to kind of impress upon you, okay? And then once we're done with our part, I'm going to open it up for you guys, all of you, for questions. But there's two things that I kind of had this, I don't want to say aha moment, but two things that I really want to share with you today, okay? The first thing is that there are so many times where we start a business or we start an adventure or a journey, and especially with Beachbody, you are in it, right? Like, you guys obviously are in this Coach Basics because you want to re-engage, or you just started, or whatever it is, you are passionate about this business and you want to make it work, whether you're new, whether you're old. First and foremost, what I'm going to tell you to do, if you have a significant other, a husband, a sister, a brother, a child, anyone that is around you and sees what you're doing, you have to involve them and tell them what you're doing, okay? I can't tell you how many times I come across coaches that are like, yeah, no, my husband hates me, okay, because I spend so much time on these Zoom calls that nobody understands, and I'm constantly texting, and I'm constantly doing this, and you're taking yourself away from your family. And that does not have to be a husband. That does not have to be a wife. That could be you're neglecting your sister, you're neglecting whoever, your cousin, whatever it is. What I did very early on, and the only reason I did it is because I happen to have a really great marriage with my husband, and we just, I don't know, we're blessed that way. And I was like, dude, I'm all in, and he knows me. And I was like, you got to get out of my way. Like, you got to do dishes, you got to do shit. Like, I'm in, right? So right now, he just left to go get my daughter because I'm on this call. So he got it, and I'm blessed that he got it. But there are some significant others, and I'll be very honest, that don't get it, or that are jealous of your Beachbody business, or that don't understand why you're so passionate about it, or why you're texting in the middle of the night, or why you're talking to people. So have a very, very, very honest conversation with the people that you are surrounding yourself with, that you love, that are part of your family. Because you're going through a 30-day boot camp right now, and that involves time. That involves you logging on, checking, whatever we post, doing the assignments, and getting on these calls and being engaged and actually taking action. And if the people that you love that are around you don't understand why this is so important to you, you're not going to get the support that you need to actually follow through with this. Okay? Does that make sense? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Diana, do you want to add anything to that?
No, my relationship isn't like yours and Ray's. We're like oil and vinegar, but he kind of still sees how important this is to me, because I have to let him know what I'm doing when I'm doing it, and explain the 9 gigs of my cell phone bill that I always go over. But, always, like you said, just communicate with your significant.
Absolutely. Just keep the communication open, because then that's going to make it easier for you to thrive in what you want to do, right? That just is the bottom line. And when we were in Summit, I don't know who was there. Sophia, you were there, obviously. But you heard Chalene Johnson say, if you have a husband, ladies, have more sex with him, because that's what works, right? It's basic. And I told my husband, I texted him that from Summit. He was like, I love Chalene. You could do Beachbody anytime you want, right? Okay, great. So that's what she suggested, and hey, it worked. So anyway, that's my spiel about your significant others and family around you. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you today about, and I had a conversation with one of Diana's coaches today, Hi, Xiomara. You're muted for now. I had a conversation with one of Diana's coaches today, and I am like the deep person. Like, if you want to get deep and like you want to know why you're not doing shit, like, call me. I will tell you exactly why you're not doing it. I will tell you what you need to go read, and I will freaking Diana keeps me accountable for my fitness, and I keep her accountable for like her mental health. So we are a really good team. But here's the deal. And I know we say this over and over and over again, but if you don't believe that you have a story that is worthy of telling and can actually help somebody, then you're not going to reach anybody, right? So every single person on this team, every single person in my downline, I don't know everything about them. I really don't. It's almost impossible. And obviously people only will open up to you as much as they want to. But every single person that I've had a deep conversation with has some serious either issue or illness or a relationship or struggle or financial issue, whatever it is, every single one of them. No one has this like, my life is so perfect, yay, I never overeat, and my husband's awesome, and I have all this money in the bank. Nobody's shit is like that. So what I'm trying to encourage all of you is to really figure out, okay, like, who am I talking to? Like, why am I really doing this? What is my message? Yes, we all want to help people. I 100% agree with you, but what do you want to help people do? Right? What do you want to help people do? And that usually stems from like, what did you struggle with? And where have you found some sort of peace in that struggle? And how have you succeeded in overcoming whatever struggle that is, whatever it is? So for me, if you guys watched my story from Super Saturday, my struggle is like a whole big mess of shit, right? It's like half staying on track with my workouts, half trying to get my family out of financial distress. So, but the two kind of like all go together. Like the fitness part helps me with my mental stuff, and like hopefully I'm paying it forward, and then we'll gain financial stability from getting paid from something that I love. And I want to help people that struggle financially and with staying accountable with their fitness. And it goes deeper than that. And like I could sit here all day and tell you all my shit, but what I want you to find is who is it that you want to reach, and then believe that the story you have to tell is important, because it is. Somebody out there is going through the same thing you are, and you can't reach them if you're not willing to open up and say, hey, this is my stuff. This is what I dealt with. This is how I overcame it. It may sound ridiculous, but we're all using these products to get through something else, right? Like, I really think it's I really believe wholeheartedly, like, it's much bigger than just the workout. And that's just my thing. Like, I don't believe that it starts with the fitness. It starts, like Chalene Johnson said it when I was at her Smart Success. She goes, most people, when they decide to make a change in their life, they want to go from broke to millionaire. And usually she's done the research. The first thing that they do is like, I'm going to start working out. So she said she's done the research. Like, the first thing, they don't pick up a book. They don't go figure out how to get back into school. They're like, I'm going to wake up. Everybody that I've ever read about wakes up at 5 a.m. and works out, and they're successful. So she said, like, the research shows you start with a workout, and that's how you start your transformation. So yes, we start with a workout, but like right now, I'll tell you honestly, our challenge group has morphed into a book club. Like, we are now doing a book club. And I don't know how the hell that happens. And it's freaking comical because I've never run a book club in my life. But like, everybody in there was like, yeah, we're good. We're healthy. We're fit. We're struggling, but we get back on. Let's read together. And we were like, yeah. So we've actually morphed in, like, we have this other separate group that we're going to do personal development together, because again, it never is just about the workout. So now I've got a bunch of ladies that like are still hanging on to us because we're reading together. You know what I mean? So are they
We're offering something other than Beachbody.
something other than Beachbody, because this is real life. So what I want you to believe, what my message here is, and I'm like getting long-winded, but you have to believe that what you have to say, that what your struggle is, matters, because it does. It may not matter to my husband who's trying to bulk up, right? Your story does not resonate with him. It does not resonate with, I don't know, my daughter who's trying to play soccer, but it will resonate with the person that you're trying to reach. So don't be afraid to share it, but also believe wholeheartedly that what you have to say is fucking important. I'm sorry, I curse, I can't. It's so bad, I can't stop. Because it is, it's super duper important. And that's what I want to leave you with. Like, just go to bed tonight and say, like, damn, the shit that I have to say, people need to hear. Like, somebody has to hear what I have to say, because I did X and I did Y and I struggled and I made it. And even if you didn't make it, say that you're making it. Like, I am trying. I'm getting up every day and I am trying to make it. And this is what I'm doing. Yes?
Angela, I believe that to a T. Like I always say, if you believe it, you'll receive it. It might sound cheesy, but I know there's days that I'm like, oh, I'm the worst. This is ridiculous. I can't. And mind you, I don't know everything. Absolutely not. But there's some months that I kill it with 22 Success Club points. And there's some months that I not really kill it, but I just slide by with 6. But sometimes the difference is all in the way I perceive things. It's all in the way that I believe in myself. You have to look in the mirror and you have to say, you know what? This is going to be hard. And that's okay, because you have all of us to support you and your choices or your decisions. Or I have a success partner that'd be like, Dan, that post wasn't, maybe you should try this. Or that's what we're here to do. Help. We're here to support. But you have to be the first one to say, I believe in myself. So look in that mirror and say it over and over again, but you have to start believing it.
Amen. Okay. Diana, before I open up for questions, because I don't want to keep everybody too long, those are the 2 topics that I had. Was there anything that you wanted to add?
Just wanted to tell the new coaches, and maybe you can also reiterate it, about when you do sign we didn't talk about this in the coaches group, but when you do sign up a challenge, a success, what is it called, a challenge pack, they automatically get Beachbody on Demand, correct?
Yes.
Or is there something that they can mark off saying that they don't want it?
I don't think so. I think they get it automatically, and then they have to call and cancel before the next.
Okay, so everyone else on this call needs to make sure that whoever signs up with them in a challenge pack, that means a program and Shakeology, that your challenges are getting Beachbody on Demand for free for 30 days, but they have to call customer service, right? Customer service or customer relations? Customer service, and tell them that they do not want it anymore. You can't do it as their coach. They actually have to call.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to add.
Okay, perfect.
But otherwise, I think everyone is just killing it. I love the introductions. I love hearing about everyone and, somewhat of your struggles or whatever it is. But I can't wait to dive in even more and hear about your life and your coaching experience so far, or thus far.
Excellent, Diana. Okay, so I love you, by the way.
I love you.
I love you.
Why is Diana?
Juliana wants to know why you're a big green phone and not here. All right.
I'm sorry. I'm driving home from volleyball. It's a beach volleyball on Wednesday night.
Okay, so I'm going to unmute everybody. And then I guess, hold on. Here we go. All right, guys. You guys are all unmuted. Woo.
Hi.
Hi. All right. So, guys, really, we're here to share questions, whatever you guys want to do. Go for it. Say hi. Anybody? Xiomara, come on. Ask something, Xiomara.
Hi. Sorry I was late.
That's
Sorry,
okay.
my little guy was running. No, I just want to say thank you guys for opening up that group, the training. I've been a coach for a while now, for 2 years. And one thing that I can say is that the training helps. You guys have to stay engaged. We have time. It's bullshit if you say you don't have time, because you have time. Even when you're in the bathroom. Listen to it in the bathroom, read it in the bathroom, whatever. It helps, and I know that when you first sign up as a coach, it can be overwhelming with all the notifications, all the info, all the calls, but just take it one day at a time. And like Angela said, just believe that you are here for something bigger. And like she said, you do have a story you can share. I know that a lot of people are very like, oh, I don't want to share about my life. I don't want to do this, but everything's public at this point. There's nothing that is like private anymore with all the technology and everything. So you have to let go of that. You have to share because people are going to connect with you and people need that. People need to hear that others are going through the same thing, the same struggles that you're going through. You know, like I connect a lot with moms because, you know, we're busy, we're stuck sometimes, we don't know what to do with the kids or whatever, but figure that out, take some time and really think about who you connect with and go for it. Share and do the work, make the time, set the time to do it, wake up earlier, go to bed later, but do it because it will pay off. And you may not see it right away, but it will happen. If you believe and you trust what your coaches tell you and other people. Yeah, and Diana?
No, sorry. Seema, I was just going to agree with you too. But, you know, also people don't want to see perfection. So I know in the beginning, I was also like following these top coaches and they're perfect. Their makeup and their hair and their clothes and everything. I'm like, I'm going to be horrendous at this.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I think I took a picture because I'm clumsy. Like, I'm clumsy as shit. I love it. I own to it, but that's it. I spilled my Shakeology, and I was literally with a straw sucking it up, and I took a picture of it. And people laughed at me, but I loved it because it was engaging. And they got to my page, and they can scroll because I know they're stalking, and it's fine. It just drops the seed. Like, it's me. If you don't like it, befriend me and be on with it. That's it.
Yeah.
So be you. Be you. Be true.
Yeah, you have to be you. And also, don't worry about, you know, like Diana said, people are like, some people won't like or comment or anything, but people are watching you and they're being inspired by you. So just keep doing it. That's all.
Xiomara, just to your point about like how people watch you constantly. I mean, one of my coaches right now, Laura, was never, if you told me she was on Facebook, I would have been like, Laura, she's not on Facebook. And just out of nowhere one day, she was like, okay, never liked a post, never commented ever. And then one day she was like, so what's this coaching thing you're doing? And I was like, wait, what? Like, where did you come from? And she's a perfect example of how, you know, people do watch all the time. And that's, you know, you'll see in the rest of this training, you know, we'll go through social media, why it's so important to post consistently. And I agree with you, Xiomara, at some point, like none of it, unless you're doing this face-to-face all day long, the only vehicle that we have really is Facebook, Instagram, whatever you're using. You don't have to use one particular social media outlet. You use what works for you. But you have to get over the fear of like, what are people going to think? And for the first couple of months, I did that because, you know, for me, it was more, gosh, I'm a professional, like I'm a lawyer, like are my clients going to see this if I open up my, you know, privacy? And then after a while, like you start posting, and like the first time you hit that big post and you're just like, oh, and then you're like, oh God. And then all of a sudden, now a year and 3 months later, I'm like, I could post whatever and I don't give a crap what anybody says. But that's only because I kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. So if you're fearful of doing it, I told one of my coaches last night for my team pop, I'm like, if I don't see a post from you tomorrow, she gave me this whole beautiful post on our call last night. I'm like, if I don't see that tomorrow, I'm going to come to Florida and kill you. I was like, she's like, I realized that we went on vacation and we bought like all different food and I was using an old grocery list from years before and it had all junk food and we don't eat that anymore. And I was like, you need to, like, hello. And she posted it because she knew I was going to kill her. But, you know, she was scared to post it. She's like, I'm just so scared. It has to be perfect. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be perfect. What they said at Summit, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be published.
Right.
And, you know, like Diana said, the perfection, nobody's perfect. Like everything's, you know, nothing's perfect. So you just have to be you. And sometimes it's hard to find who you are. Like it took me a while to figure out, like, who am I appealing to? Like, you know, I thought I wanted to appeal to busy moms, but then I realized like I'm even more specific than that. I'm appealing to busy working moms, which is different than, you know, like let's say Xiomara, your market's completely different than mine. You know, I can't relate to what your market is because that's not me. I know only what I know. So just really try to hone in on who you are and like what your story is, and that's who you're going to resonate with.
Right.
So,
And again, just the show up. That's the main thing. You have to show up every day, and we're all here to help you. And like Angela said, we're not perfect, but we learned a few things, and we share whatever we receive from other coaches, from Beach, whatever. Even if it's not Beachbody, we share with you guys so that you can also start taking that and learning from it. So just show up, make the time. I mean, be consistent. Consistency is key. And that's pretty much it. We hear it from other coaches all the time. The same things, they just say it differently. But
I could not agree with you more. And I realized this when Diana and I were on, coming home from Summit. I'm like, dude, this is, after a year and a half of listening to all the training, it is the same thing regurgitated with a new spin, right? So it's basically the 3 vital behaviors, showing up to your business, sharing who you are, and that's like it. But Siobhan, just to go over what you just said about showing up, I can't even tell you how important that is. Like, I'm telling you that I hit, and this is not to be like, oh, Ange is so awesome. It's not. But I was in the hospital having my child, and I think I hit Success Club 7 or 8 that month. And it's because I literally was like, and when I get out of the hospital, I'm going to start doing some stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something, right? Yeah. And I have another business. I run 2 other businesses, and there is not an option for us to we have a brick and mortar business, a tutoring center, where we can't not open the doors because people would literally bash us on Yelp and figure out a way to go on our Facebook page and say okay, these people did not show up today. Where the hell are they? I can't imagine not opening my doors Monday through Saturday. And that's exactly how I treat Beachbody. I wake up every morning and I open the doors, and that's it. That's just how you build a business. Right. So showing up is absolutely key, period. That's it.
And again, you do what works for you. The time that you can dedicate to it, you dedicate to it. And that's what's going to come out of it. So most of you see, I do mine in the morning, not to keep, I do a few hours in the morning and then at night, because I have my son for the summer. When he's in school, it'll obviously change. But that's how you work it. You figure out what works for you, but stay with those times, and obviously things are going to happen, but, family or whatever, but just as long as you try and stick to the consistency as close as possible all the time, it's going to work.
100%. So that's all I got for today.
That was awesome.
Anybody else? Anybody? Questions? Anything? No?
Questions? Comments?
Complaints? No, I'm kidding. All right, guys. So this was recorded. I will actually post the recording as soon as I can get it up to YouTube in the page.
Yeah, because I couldn't hear half of what you said. I got kicked off.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I don't know who that was, but is that Rachel?
Christy.
Oh, Christy. Okay. So I'll post the whole recording as soon as it downloads. But just, you guys are doing great. I know it's only day 3, right? Day three of a workout. You're still working out. Be here in day 21.
Yes.
And 28. All right, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
All right.